Hello, it's Peter O'Rose. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's currently November 2024. The World Chess Championship is ongoing, and I want to share with you and examine one of my more recent chess games where I reached my all-time high rating of 1835. It's a continuation of my series of my journey, my vision quest to reach 2000 ELO. So we're the white pieces, and we get e4. I play e4 exclusively. As Bobby Fischer once quipped, e4 best by test. Black opts to play c6 here, so the Caro Kann. And I go with the Accelerated Panov Attack, which is the 7th most popular move. I think d4 is played 100 million times in the Lead Chess database, and this move is played less than 500,000 times, so by more than a factor of 20,000%, it's less popular, which is what appeals to me. It's a sideline that kind of like a reverse Sicilian, in that you're moving the c-pawn 2 squares ahead, so it can create sharp and open positions, which I enjoy. So it suits my temperament. d5, that's the main move. You could go for e6, but in the spirit of the Caro Kann, most people are going to play d5 here. And then takes is very natural for me and my opponent. So yeah, here queen takes, but according to the engine, the best move is knight takes, and that's called the modern variation, but we're not going to go into that today. So queen takes, the drawback is that I am able to develop my knight with tempo on the queen. And now here, between e4 and knight f3, the engine slightly prefers knight f3, but I go d4. Both are perfectly acceptable. And knight f6 from my opponent. A great move, just developing the knight and preparing kingside castling, since queenside castling is out of the question. Then I go knight f6, or knight f3. Just doing the same thing, developing my pieces and preparing for a kingside castle, because queenside castling is not going to be advisable given this structure. So this is where my opponent makes a mistake. Bishop g4. I think one reason for that is you want to wait till I develop my bishop to see where you're going to develop your bishop. It's probably better to focus on the queen side first. So the engine wants a6, e6, or sorry, focus on the king side first. The engine wants a6, e6, or g6. So I think here, 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 for example, and the position's dead even, so that's why playing g6 is the most solid option according to the engine, not bishop g4, which was played in the game. But of course, at 1800, I don't think my opponent's going to be thinking of this long term. So why is bishop g4 a mistake? Because I can go here, takes, here, 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 I gotta throw this move in first. But the point is, I did not, even if I could have found all these moves, I wouldn't feel comfortable playing with this setup. So I didn't go down that road. So instead I developed my bishop, which is a slight inaccuracy, but more comfortable, more suitable to my style. And then e6 is the only move. So another reason I developed my bishop here is to, let's say, black goes here, here, here. Okay, we get the same pawn structure, but now I have this. Or if black goes here, I win this pawn. And so we maintain the initiative. So I've had that position several times and found great success with it, so I was hoping to set that up. Here is good too, because when I develop my queen, I get to do it with tempo. So this protects that pawn and develops a piece, which is great. Now this is a mistake. It's a mistake because of takes, and here. Or not the bishop doesn't block, but the king has to go to f1. And so again, that's not really ideal for white, because now you can't castle. But black didn't locate that idea. Instead, I don't blame him for this. He goes for the fork. And removing my bishop pair and the defender of this pawn, at first glance, seems very appealing. So I totally understand why he did that. He was also playing exceptionally quickly. This is 8 moves in 18 seconds. So about 2 seconds a move. And so there's one move here that gives an advantage for white. And I'll give you a second to find it. So yes, I noticed that I can escape the fork with a check, preserving my bishop, which is important. Because later on down in the game, this bishop can become an important attacking piece if it's uncontested. That is to say, there's no light squared bishop my opponent has, which can contest it. And so blocking here makes more sense than blocking here because this knight is well positioned. It's attacking my queen. I go here, which is fine. Now here's a mistake. It's a mistake because of this. But I didn't play that. I played here, here, then here. And then this is move 11. This is where I win the game. As you can see, it's +5 for white. So my opening choice paid off once more. And it's better to block with the bishop. But then you're getting this position, which the king is just entombed on the e-file, so I don't blame black for blocking with the queen. But there's one detail you neglected, which is the next move that I play, which is that the queen is pinned to the king and it can't move, and the bishop's defended by the queen, so we get a free piece, which is just totally devastating. The game's basically over now. I castle, which is the best move, going in a check, and then I debated between these two squares. I went for this one just because it feels a bit safer. There's a dark squared bishop, so put the king on a light square. Now my bishop is attacked twice, so I should resolve that. I go here because I want to reroute my bishop this way, so preserving my bishop proved useful at this stage of the game now. He attacks my bishop. I develop my dark squared bishop with tempo onto e3. We bring our final piece into the game and defend the bishop. Then I noticed an idea. It doesn't win material, but it simplifies the position. And when you're winning, it's always a good idea to simplify. Make it easier for you to win, to convert the win. So, taking with the pawn, surprising. Because it allows me to activate my bishop and simplify further. And I thought, how would an engine play? Let's try to win. Let's try to double up the towers to win another piece and really cement the game. And I thought, let's keep the tension, try to win another piece. Black found all the defensive ideas. And then once he lost that pawn, there's 2 pawns here versus 2. But we're up a knight and 3 pawns, so not to mention this move comes with tempo. So black just resigns. And the accuracy was 90.3% for me, so it says I played like a 2300, 94% accuracy in the opening and 80 in the middle game. So I'm very proud of this performance, very strong showing by me. And hopefully I can make it to 2000. Anyways, if you made this far, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy and learn something. Stay classy.